Hi, I'm Austin Wintory, and I'm crazy passionate about video games. I have been my entire life. And for about the last almost 10 years, I have been very lucky and very blessed to be able to earn my living writing music for games. But now, my union has made it effectively impossible for composers like me to continue to do this, and I'm even facing a possible $50,000 fine. I think it's madness, and I think it's a story that needs to be shared. A few years ago, the president of my union, the American Federation of Musicians, put together a committee tasked with developing a brand new video game recording contract. And the contract they came up with was subsequently enacted in 2012 by the union's International Executive Board. Now, no composer, musician, or any of the more than 90,000 members of the union were given a chance to vote on this contract, and it was subsequently universally rejected by every single game developer and publisher and has gone totally unused ever since. The net result is that for almost 2 years, there have been no new video game soundtrack recordings. I am not exaggerating. Under this new agreement, no AFM musician has been able to work on a new video game score for almost 2 years. And there is no end in sight to the prohibition of this work. This contract has created an untenable situation because, of course, composers and artists and musicians have needed to continue to earn a living, and earn a living no less in an industry that we love to work in and feel grateful to be a part of. But we've had to do it, therefore, without union sanction for almost 2 years. As an artist, I was extremely lucky and honored to be able to work on a very special game called The Banner Saga, which was actually initially given birth through Kickstarter, which is a product of pure grassroots love. More than 20,000 people pitched in to make this game happen, and the collaboration was beautiful. And I was actually very excited that the New York Times even profiled my work on the game. However, that enthusiasm was not shared by my union. Days before the game even came out, I was sent a letter bringing me up on charges for working on it non-union and with the threat of a $50,000 fine. The letter quotes from the bylaws which specifically prohibit me from working as a composer or arranger or conductor or producer or in any other capacity, and it's specifically because the union has failed to produce an agreement that the developers or publishers of this or any other game has been willing to sign. I've been an outspoken critic of the union's unwillingness to find a successful path for working with developers and publishers and allow me and my fellow composers and the brilliant musicians of this union a chance to work in this absolutely amazing art form. And now it seems that because I was outspoken, I'm being specifically targeted by the union. It seems that they are trying to make an example out of me. So I've had to seek legal counsel, and now I am sitting awaiting judgment from the exact same union board that decided to turn their back on the entire game industry to begin with. Though I certainly don't love the idea of a $50,000 fine, and I acknowledge that by going public I'm probably increasing the chances of retribution from the union, I feel very strongly that the truth of this needs to be known.
I don't think anybody gives you anything because they like you. In the union business, they give you things because they are afraid of what you're going to do to them.
I refuse to live in fear, and I especially refuse to live in fear of my own union. I'm willing to risk the consequences of speaking out because ultimately I don't actually think this is about me. This is about what's right. This is about composers and musicians being able to work in a medium that we love without fear of threats and intimidation. And it's about the next wave of musicians and composers who want to get into this business and dream of working in games who shouldn't have to fear being attacked. This is supposed to be our union, and instead they've chosen to attack us for working and doing our job and in an art and a medium that we really love and that we cherish working in. We can't let this art form be ignored or even worse, trampled on by a small panel of people that have probably never even held a controller or sat at a computer and played a game and are completely out of touch with its community and the amazing people who are making them. On behalf of those who love creating music and on behalf of people who just love listening to it and playing games, make your voice heard that these practices of intimidation and the suppression of people who speak out against that can't be allowed to continue. So please share this, tweet it, like it, whatever. Show that games and great art come from a place of love and enjoyment and celebration, not from a place of fear. Thank you.